Have you ever been stuck in an elevator? Now imagine, what if it takes you somewhere it never should? This story happened to a nurse named Alina. It was a normal night shift at the city hospital. Empty hallways, the smell of antiseptic, the buzzing of the old lamps overhead. She hurried toward the elevator to grab some paperwork from the basement. When the doors opened, she hesitated. Inside it was far too dark. Usually the elevator light was bright, but now the bulb flickered weakly, as if warning her not to enter. But she stepped inside anyway. The doors shut and the elevator began moving down. At first, everything seemed normal. The numbers blinked. 5th floor, 4th, 3rd. Then silence. The panel went dark. No numbers, no sound, but the humming descent. Seconds turned into minutes. Finally, the elevator stopped. The doors slid open. But this was not the basement. Before her stretched a corridor that shouldn't exist. Narrow, paint peeling from the walls, dim bulbs flickering above. The ceiling seemed too low, almost pressing down on her. Alina stepped out, and that's when she heard it. A child's laugh, faint, broken, echoing somewhere in the dark. She walked slowly forward. Old wheelchairs lay overturned, beds rusted in place, patient charts scattered across the floor. She picked one up and froze. It had her name written on it. With today's date, her heartbeat thundered in her ears. From the end of the hallway came a sharp sound, metal scraping against the floor, dragging, getting closer. Panicked, she turned back to the elevator, but it was gone. Only a blank wall remained. That's when she understood there was no way back. The doors she passed were locked tight. Behind one, she heard muffled sobbing. Behind another, laughter high-pitched and cruel. She tried one handle, and it creaked open. Inside was an operating room. A woman lay on the table, motionless, and standing over her was a surgeon in an old-fashioned mask. Slowly he turned his head toward Alina. Beneath the mask, there was no face, only a black void that whispered, "You're late for your shift." She screamed and bolted. The hallway lights began bursting one by one, leaving her in growing darkness. In the silence she could hear footsteps, not hers, getting closer and closer. She ran, turning corners, trying doors, but the corridors never ended. Every path looked the same, and then at last the elevator. She rushed inside, slamming every button. The doors shut, and the elevator shook as it descended again. Longer this time, endless. When the doors finally opened, she staggered out into the hospital lobby. Everything looked normal, too normal, but it was silent, completely silent. The clocks on the wall had stopped. Patients and doctors stood frozen in place, like wax figures. No breath, no movement. On the reception desk lay a new patient file. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Her own name, date of admission tonight, diagnosis, brain death. And then, the elevator dinged behind her. She turned slowly. The doors were open. Inside stood, herself pale with lifeless eyes, smiling far too wide. The last security camera footage showed Alina entering the elevator, but it never recorded her leaving. Now tell me, if your elevator started going down too long, and the doors opened someplace unknown, would you step out? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear even darker stories.